Hey Periscope family, I ran my first half marathon today and it was crazy. That's all I can say. It was the hardest thing I ever did. So here's my medal. It's right here. I ran 13.2 miles and it took me 2 hours and 47 minutes, and the end was the worst pain in my life. Worse than childbirth. I gave birth to 2 children. One of my babies was almost 10 pounds, and I have to say the pain today was worse than that. So thank you for joining. For those of you coming in now, I am sharing my half marathon experience that I had today out in East Long Island, in the Hamptons. It was the Hamptons half marathon. So I don't know, it was a challenge. All I can say is if you set goals and really put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. I was never a runner, just so you know. My first run was about 2 years ago. I did a 5K, and when I first did that, I couldn't even run down the block, which was crazy. So didn't think I could do it then. I challenged myself then. I did 3 5Ks each time I did them. I got a little bit faster, almost by a minute each run. And then thanks to my friend Dana, she called me this summer and she said, "You're signing up for the Hamptons half marathon." I said, "No way. It's impossible. I can't do it." She's like, "Shut up, sign up, and you're doing it." I said, "Okay, Dana." So with that, I did not train properly. I only built up to 8 miles just last week. When I ran the 8 miles, it took me an hour and 45 minutes. I had some really bad hip pain that just left me 2 days ago. I had to ice myself all week. I had to use some healing cream, the pain cream on my hip, and that was it. So I believe most of it was mindset. I've been in a training program right now, which has really been conditioning my mind, staying in a positive place, and I know that's helped me tremendously. So half of this run was being in the right mind frame. My diet was perfect. I stopped consuming wine 3 weeks ago. I've been eating super clean and using my company's nutritional products, which I have to say, thank God for them. If it was not for those products, there is no way I could have done this. So I'm feeling super strong with that. And then as far as the run, thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So today I woke up, I was pretty pumped up. I knew in my mind I was going to do this, so I did it. But I have to tell you, oh, my battery's dying, sorry. I found a runner my pace right away, and this is such an awesome story. I'm never going to forget this person for this. I met this runner right when we started. He was an older guy. He was about 58 years old, and we were just running at a pace. And I was in this group. I saw someone was running with a huge American flag, which I thought was so cool. And I kept saying to myself, if I just keep that flag in sight, I'm going to make it. I'll just stay behind the flag. And before you knew it, the flag and that group disappeared. But this man was next to my side. And we got to mile 1. I looked at him, I said, "Hey, high five, we made it to mile 1. Okay, 12 more miles to go." And then we just kept running, and we kept running, and it felt good. And I had my headphones on, I had the music going, and each mile we looked at each other and we high-fived. So it was cool. We just ran side by side. So our first few miles were 11 something a minute, and we were cruising. We were doing great. I did not stop running until, oh gosh, maybe mile 7. I mean, we were cruising. So mile 1, mile 2, mile 3. I said, okay, wow, now I'm passing my 5K limits here. Got up to 4, high-fived. We kept high-fiving. And then small conversations throughout the run. Turns out his fiance is from my town, Tenafly, New Jersey, which was crazy. This guy was from Midtown Manhattan, and, you know, it's his second half marathon, he said. So we kept going. I stayed in the groove, kept my music on. Get to mile 6, we high-fived. We're about an hour in, and I said, what's your name? And I said, if we're running this together, tell me your name. He said his name was George. So he said, come on, we're going to keep doing this. So we really had each other, and we were running beautifully. Everything was feeling good. Got to mile 7. Got to mile 8. Now, 8 is the furthest I've ever gone. And I said that to him, wow, I just trained up to 8 last week. And he said, okay, well, we got this, we got this. So we kept going. And the path was beautiful. It was a flat course out in East Hampton. We were running through the woods, but we were basically alongside the ocean at the same time. So then we kept going, and then mile 9 was the mind blower. It was like all of a sudden my body was in so much pain. Mile 9 was like the game changer. I said to myself, this is it. We have a couple of more miles to go. I got to do this. Like, there was no turning back. No, I didn't think I would turn back, but it just got painful. So now it's mind over pain. You got to push through it. So we kept running. Now mile 9, our time slowed down, and we started then getting into 12-minute miles. So we were up 11 all the way through mile 9. We slowed down a bit, so we got to 12 something. We kept going. Now at this point, I had to walk really fast, take some breaks. Gatorade stops were every 2 miles. I had no water with me. But again, I was feeling good from my nutritional products. I had the energy in me. But it got difficult. So we get to mile 10. I'm like, wow, one more 5K to go and I'm going to be done. We might do this. And now it was 2 hours exactly at mile 10. And then I said to him, oh, maybe we're going to make this in 2.5 hours. He's like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So we were walking. I was walking fast. He never broke his jog. And then he'd look at me, come on, come on. Then we were out mile 11. It was mile 11. It was mile 11. We came out to a point that was absolutely spectacular. We were at the tip, like so far out. We saw the ocean. I said to him, let's just jump in the water and go for a swim. I was dying. So we did a turnaround point that way. We went back through the woods. 1 mile, I don't know if it was mile 10. Mile 10 was like on a dirt road the whole entire mile. Anyway, at that point, I called my fiance and I said, I am coming. I have 2 more miles. Get to the finish line. I'm going to be there in about 20 minutes. So it was a struggle getting back those last 2 miles. The pain in my legs felt like someone took a knife from the bottom of my calf and sliced me all the way up to the top of the hamstring on both legs. I cannot tell you how excruciating the pain was. So when I slowed down to walk fast, that was even more painful. I had to keep the jog momentum going and just say, oh God, get me through this. I've come this far and I'm almost there. So I looked at George and I said to him, please don't let me hold you back. If you want to take off and just nail it, go ahead. I'm okay. And he's like, no, my legs are killing me too. We're good. And we were coming in at the end and they were ringing bells and there were coaches on the sideline. You got this. You have like another half mile to go. The finish line is right there. And I looked at him. I said, I cannot believe we just did this. So I come around this bend and I see the finish line in sight and we look at each other and I start crying. I cannot tell you how crazy it was. The feeling of it. So I'm never going to forget that person. And then we looked at each other. I'm like, come on, let's just sprint. So I ended up just cruising a bit, and I crossed the line right before him by a matter of seconds, but my time was 2:47. And they announced your name over the speaker, and they said Luisa Corallo, and it was her first marathon. So it's just very emotional. So I crossed the finish line crying. Me and George hugged each other, and it was just such an awesome moment. And in our run, I said, are you on Facebook? He's like, no, I'm 58. I'm not on social media. My kids do that. So I couldn't connect with him, and I felt really bad. I didn't take a picture with him, but I'll always have that memory and remember this man, how cool he was. And he was like the awesome running partner from mile number 1. And it was just amazing. I'll never forget that. So I crossed the line. They gave me my medal. My fiance was there to meet me. We hugged, and I basically just collapsed of pain. I was crying of pain again, like 2 knives slicing my legs open. So I sat on the ground, waited for a massage. I had Mark wait in line for me, and I basically crawled to the table. I had to wait a half hour. I got a massage. They thought maybe I should see an EMT, and I was like, no, I'll be okay. But my body right now is beyond in pain. My legs are killing me. It's going to take days to recover. But the point is, I did it. I challenged myself. I wanted to do this before my 44th birthday, and I did. And for those of you that think you cannot run, you can run. If I could do this, anyone can do it. So I just really wanted to share this story. It was amazing. Definitely, it was worth the pain. I could say it. But anyway, so I have my awesome Hampton shirt. I have my medal. I'm proud of myself. I guess I'm stronger than I think. And at 44, I'm in pretty good shape. So almost 44. But thank you for watching. And I hope if you enjoy this, you can find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter. Follow me here on Periscope, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm delirious right now, so I can't see what anyone's writing, but thank you for commenting and watching, and I love you guys. And be inspired, live your life, live healthy, and enjoy. Thank you for the hearts. Have a good night. Bye.